Chef Scuba here. We're going to make Scuba Tony's famous creamy white chicken chili. Hopefully it's going to be good. So I prepped some of the ingredients so we have them ready. We're going to start off with 4 cups of the white pinto beans. And 4 cups of hava beans, already prepared from yesterday. They were made with garlic and onion. That's it. We'll put the heat on here, high. And we'll put the camera down now, 1 container of Fit and Active chicken broth. Put that in. Trying to make it thick so I don't want too much liquid. One can of cream of chicken soup. Give that a stir. I'll let you see what it looks like. It's about as soupy as it's going to get. Alright. It's not quite completely white, but it's not red, if you know what I mean. Okay, while that is cooking, because those havas are going to disintegrate, you wouldn't believe. That noise is the water on the bottom of the pan. And over here, I was chopping up some chicken breast, the rest of the chicken breast. And that right there is 1/2 of 1 chipotle pepper in adobo sauce. That's all the heat that I want in there. And this right here is 2 cans of the fire roasted diced green chilies, and they really aren't that hot. I can eat them right out of there. I don't really handle heat that well. So I'm going to take the jalapeno, put it on top of there, because that's all going to go in at the same time. I can take the chicken and add it to the chicken that all I do is cube it. Put it in here. This is the equivalency of, this is 3 whole chicken breasts cubed to about 1/2 inch. And they were grilled on the grill with nothing but chili powder on both sides. So now I'm going to wait to add these so they don't just completely disintegrate. And I can add, I've already got the chili powder on top of the chicken, so I'm not going to add any more of that. I'm going to put a little bit of smoked paprika in there. It's going to be about 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to put some onion powder in there, about 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to put some oregano leaves. About 1/2 teaspoon. I'm going to put some ground cumin in there. Only about a quarter of a teaspoon. And I'm going to put some ground allspice in there. Give this a quick stir. Just bought this. It was about $1 million an ounce. Ground allspice. Just 4 little dashes is all I'm putting in there. And then we're going to put in some ground garlic. I'm going to say about a teaspoon. Enough of that. Alright, so now all we've got left to put in there are the vegetables. Let's give this a stir and see what it looks like. It's looking different. Okay. Now we can get the vegetables ready. Which the first thing we're going to stick in is going to be the onions. And we got to get these guys going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to saute these guys, get a little caramelized, try to get a little sweetness out of them. There isn't very many onions here, but I don't want to make it onion chili. So we're just going to do this. While that is over here simmering along, it's making more and more noise. We're going to dice these. I'm going to dice them over here. They don't have to be the smallest because they're Vidalia, so they're already sweet. And also, they're going to be sauteed, so they're going to fall apart. The onions are going to be for flavor, not for texture. Let's get this little guy out here. Some of these dudes in there. Make a little room. And you can hear the chili simmering. I like these onions because they're sweet already, and they don't really mess with your eyes when you're cutting them. Alright, we'll get these guys going. Put the front on high. Give this thing another stir. I'll show you what it's looking like. Starting to blend pretty nicely. We're going to take a little bit of olive oil. This is what I use. Extra virgin. We're going to put that on here. This is going to be a low sodium dish too. I'm not using very many options that have a lot of sodium. Everything's pretty much fresh. And while that's cooking, and that's cooking, we're going to cut up some celery. We're going to cut this up and put it directly in there. Celery is for texture. And we'll do the second stalk. I hear a lot of noise. Alright, you get that, you hear that simmering? This guy's starting to boil again. Let's add these guys in. This is for Town Country Nazarene Fall Festival tomorrow. I'm going to enter this in the chili competition, and I don't even care if they don't like it. I'll eat all of it. It's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. And we'll go over here to these guys. See how they're coming along? Wait until they're a little translucent. Once this comes to a good boil, and it's going to get actually really thick, you still get that juice. I want it to be thicker than that. And white is what we're going for. So, we're going to use 1 brick of Philadelphia cream cheese and stir it in there so that it helps it to turn white. and we will film this so you can see. Yummy. Chewy. Give that a quick stir. Alright, you see the color of that now. We're going to put it in here. And it's going to help turn this thing a lot lighter. And give it a little bit of a creamy taste. And remember, this thing is going to sit here and cook, and cook, and cook, and cook for a long time. It's turning lighter now. We'll just let it sit there. These guys are about ready to get put in there. But first, I'm going to let them get a little bit more cooked. And we're going to stick in .2% mozzarella cheese. And stir that in. It doesn't look like much from a whole bag because it's a small bag. And it disappears really quick. So you got that little greenness now and whiteness going on. And it's melting now and it's all over the spoon, but pretty soon it's going to boil and it'll be everywhere. Look at that mess. But it's a good mess. Alright, these guys are done. We're going to put them right on in. And let them blend around. That'll take some of the onion harshness out. And this is just going to sit here until it's completely done, and all I've got left to do now is, guess what? The chilies and that little bit of smoked jalapeno. It's a chipotle. I can smell it, but it's going to be pretty good soup. And there was 3 chicken breasts. There's no added salt at all to this entire thing, except for whatever came in the cans, which I tried to wash off and make it as sodium friendly as possible. And there's really no sugar in here either, because I normally add sugar, but now that I'm diabetic I put Sweet and Low or Splenda. I don't even want to go there with this one. I'm just going to see how this turns out. So we'll let it sit, and my next little video, since I don't have editing equipment, will be the finished product, so you see how it looks. Try this at home. I hope you enjoy it.